Clash Royale is known for being a competitive game that involves a lot of skill and strategies, but sometimes things don't always go as planned in the game's code. Whether it is troops acting strangely or spells messing up and doing more than they were supposed to, the game contains plenty of amusing quirks and glitches. Like it or not, they're in every game. Some glitches are game-breaking, but some are actually pretty hilarious. In this video, we'll explore some of the funniest glitches I have stumbled upon and, well, borrowed from Reddit. There's gonna be plenty, so buckle up. Our first glitch of the video will be starting off a bit late, a bit chill, you could say, because it's about everyone's favorite tank, the Ice Golem. So imagine this, you're playing a regular match in 2016 Clash Royale and your opponent puts down the X-Bow and follows it up with an Ice Golem. Lucky for you, you got a rocket in your hand, so you decide to use that to wipe the danger out entirely and get that sweet positive 2 elixir trade. But as you do that, only the Ice Golem dies and the X-Bow remains without a single scratch. The Ice Golem provided an invincible shield for the X-Bow, and your poor tower gets dismantled in just a few seconds. What the heck happened? Well, apparently this glitch only happened in the X-Bow, and it only worked if you used a rocket on them. Other spells didn't have the same effect. After a quick investigation, it turned out the X-Bow wasn't at fault, unfortunately, but rather the Ice Golem itself. From what it looked like, the Ice Golem's Death Nova was absorbing all the damage, keeping the X-Bow intact. For our second glitch, we have the man himself, the King. This glitch is also from 2016, and if you've been playing from day one, you absolutely would have seen this one. But for the new players who don't know, the Red King would stand on his tower and would jump up and down constantly for no reason, like some sort of drugged up maniac. The game was running fine and this glitch had no impact on the game whatsoever, but seeing the king just jumping up and down like some sort of a grumpy child who's losing the game was pretty hilarious to see. Next up, we have a clone-related glitch. So if you cloned the Goblin Drill at the right exact moment, you would end up with a cloned Goblin Drill which moved around like a ghost. It didn't really do any harm because it was just a single HP, sometimes it would even die by itself. It was a funny little glitch which caught some people off guard. Another thing that caught people off guard, though, was the combination of clones with the Goblin Giant and the Ram Rider. It's a bit tricky to explain, but essentially the clone spell struggled with units positioned on top of other troops. Take the Goblin Giant for example. When it dies, the 2 spear goblins on its back are supposed to drop down. Instead, they spawn out of thin air as floating heads. These clone spear goblins attacked normally, and after being defeated, regular clone spear goblins appeared. With multiple goblin giants on the field, it was like facing a stronger goblin gang. A similar glitch happened with the Ram Rider. After being cloned, she spawned without her ram, leaving her unable to move but still able to use her snare, essentially becoming a stationary troop. This happened because the Ram Rider and her ram are 2 separate models stacked on top of one another. The clone spell only copied the rider, but not her ram. It was a really strange and off-putting glitch that was pretty hilarious to witness at the same time. No one knows how it happened, but hey, it's the clone spell. Remember what I said a few minutes ago? Where there are clones, there are glitches. Exactly. Did I tell you about scrolling down and clicking that subscribe button? Don't think I did. So why not go do it now? It's free and it helps us out a lot. Thank you. Now, back to the glitches. Did you know that in ancient Egypt, magic was considered an essential part of daily life? It wasn't just for the priests or the elite. Common people also used spells and charms for protection, healing, and good fortune. I know what you're thinking, what connection could this possibly have to Clash Royale glitches? Well, no connection at all, but I bet you probably haven't seen a flying golem yet. And that, I'd say, is pretty magical. This glitch was also made possible by, say it with me now, the clone spell. Milo the Great, a user known for discovering and recreating bugs and glitches, was the one who discovered it. The clone spell underwent a strange change where if a unit was cloned during its spawn timer, it would be pushed forward until the timer ended. The golem, with the longest spawn timer at 3 seconds, was able to reach the king tower by the time it finished spawning. Watching this glitch in action was pretty hilarious. If a flying golem was possible, then what else could have flown that wasn't intended to? Well, let's take a look at the Executioner back in 2016. See, there was a glitch with its axe that would completely break games sometimes. Executioner is coded so his axes come back to him, like a boomerang, but this glitch broke that code and messed with the game's calculation, which caused the axe to not fly towards the Executioner, but towards the direction it was going, eventually getting yeeted off the map. What made this glitch break some games is that the axe still did damage. It could have wiped out skeletons or other swarm cards that were on the other lane, or activated the enemy king tower for you. How kind. Next up, we've got our famous trash can on wheels, the Sparky. So Sparky's a card you do not want near your tower, because if left alone, it will wreck everything down. But what do you do when after a single shot, it just shoots again? Like instantly with no recharge time. How about 3 times? You should see your face right now, because that's how people reacted when that happened to them. Sparky was seen doing this over a few years, many times, with no proper fix. And that crap is just crazy to me. One Sparky shot is already deadly enough, and get that thing away from me. But even before that glitch, there was another one that allowed Sparky to shoot over the entire arena. Like, imagine getting sniped by a Sparky that is on the other side of the map. That's got to be one of the funniest and, pardon my pun here, but shocking things to ever happen to you. After all of those bug fixes, I hope she's fixed now and doesn't do any more crazy stuff that she's not intended to do. I bet she glitched herself because everyone hated and called her a trash can on wheels. So if you're watching this video, you love Clash Royale, right? Especially 2v2. If so, then Clash Royale loves you too, so much that it won't let you leave the match queue. Back in 2022, if you wanted to play a 2v2 friendly match in your clan, the game wouldn't let you do it. Instead of the match starting, it would place you in an infinite queue time, which wasn't cancelable. Many poor players fell for this apparently old glitch, which was a thing for 2 years. The best you could do was either stay stuck in the queue screen or in the clan tab. You could do nothing else. Restarting the game didn't help, uninstalling didn't help, even relogging with the account didn't fix the issue. Apparently, the fix for this was to ask the clan leader to temporarily kick you out of the clan, which many were not able to do because they couldn't even speak there during this glitch. And the majority of players didn't know the fix, so they had to wait until Supercell fixed it, which they thankfully did, but maybe not letting players do anything is actually good, because it makes them close the game and go touch grass. There was another recent glitch in 2024 which allowed you to break Clash Royale for your clan members. The way to perform this glitch was very unusual, so I'll let Mr. Drew explain it to you. It's a little convoluted.
Hello everybody, it's Drew. Many of the changes I made while being a community manager have stirred controversy in the Clash Royale community. So to make it up to you guys before I leave the team, I'm going to be showing you a way to stop your entire clan from being able to play the game. Simply go to your deck page, select a card, and tap remove at the same time you press the share menu. If you do it right, the option to share the deck to clan chat should be available. Press the button to do so, and nobody in your clan will ever be able to play the game again. That's all from me today. Happy April Fools, and I will not be seeing you in the arena.
Yeah, that was a lot. Thanks, Drew. Anyway, many people didn't really believe this was real because why would it be? It's an AI dubbed video, but people actually tried it and got into trouble. They didn't know it was real, so yeah, clan members couldn't join the game at all. Now imagine opening a golden chest, the one you started to unlock from last night. Start your day. You open it up and you get, listen carefully, 5 monk cards, 14 skeleton king cards, 34 golden knight cards, and 37 little prince cards. That's right, you're not dreaming. You actually got them. No, this wasn't a buff to golden chests. This was a godsend glitch to free-to-plays. People just could not believe their eyes and were genuinely surprised. And it wasn't just champion cards. You also got millions of coins. Supercell noticed this and stopped it, and they patched the glitch. They removed the incorrect rewards people got and resent the chests to get proper rewards. God damn it, Supercell. You ruined it again. In 2020, Supercell created a new mechanic called hovering, which was applied to the Royal Ghost and the Battle Healer. And Royal Ghost was very fast back then. For some reason, the hover mechanic made the game think that the troop was also an air troop. So because of that, Royal Ghost was able to push the balloon forward much quicker than Rage ever could. I'm not really sure if this happened in the developer build or if they released it to the public like that. Most likely it was only in the developer build because I couldn't find people complaining about it, but I mean, yeah, it did happen. In December of 2022, if you snowballed an enemy tower or just anywhere and then held the same spell mirrored on the enemy king tower, selected the balloon and released your fingers, the balloon spawned instead of the mirrored snowball, and ooh, now your enemy had an unexpected problem to take care of. If you had rage and freeze behind it, that is when they knew there was no saving that destruction. This glitch worked with every card, but Balloon and Inferno Dragon were the most devastating ones because of their high damage output. That reminds me of another teleportation glitch, but with buildings. You had to fill your entire side of the arena completely with building. After filling your side, you had to place the building you wanted to teleport. The game would place it in the top left of the arena, able to damage enemy towers. The most popular building for this was the Inferno Tower for, well, obvious reasons. This has since been patched as well, of course. These two glitches are pretty funny if you think about them for a while because they're very unexpected and people have no idea how to respond. On a different note, I have a question regarding the lore. So, death. What happens when that person or thing is gone forever? Yeah, how does Clash Royale deal with that? When the troop dies, how are they brought back into cycle? Are they the same troop even? Well, I don't really think so, because of this one glitch with the balloon. This balloon was so bad that it missed almost all of its shots because of a tornado. It must have been a new skeleton operating the balloon got very nervous and scared and started tossing his bombs to do his job. But what can you do? Incompetent people exist. Fisherman and Inferno Dragon were also incompetent before they got used to the arena. Back in 2016, when Inferno Dragon was released, it was kind of slow compared to other cards. Once it was targeting a troop, and if that troop went out of range, it would just stop attacking and would stare at it, observing its beautiful round curls. The same thing kind of happened with the Fisherman when it was first added, but the issue still recreates itself sometimes, especially with the Mega Knight. If the Fisherman catches the Mega Knight while it's in the middle of his jump is not affected and the Fisherman just freezes for a few seconds until actually pulling him on the second try. This kind of affects the game a bit, but it's pretty hilarious just looking at him and trying to imagine what he could be thinking in that moment. Or, maybe his fish has given him a motivational speech because he sucks at catching troops. Who knows? Golden Knight is cool. He's pretty, dashing, you could say, but sometimes he would just fail to do that. One time after he gets killed, his manly image is easily erased with his sad scream, and the other is when you could use Elixir for his ability, but he just doesn't do anything. I think this glitch is fixed, either because I recall seeing it happen in 2024. I'm not sure, but it's still pretty funny seeing him like that. Champions are pretty cool though it is a shame you can only have one in your deck. Huh? What's that? You could have more! That's right. You could somehow, because this one person managed to have 4 champions in his deck. Well, 6, even. This was only possible in classic challenges from the looks of it. I mean, just imagine trying to play a challenge to farm some points, and then suddenly the enemy places a Little Prince, Golden Knight, and Skeleton King, while the only cards you have in your hand at the time are friggin' 1 Elixir skeletons and spells. Hilarious crap. This was patched after it was discovered, so thank God. This next one is arguably just as crazy. So one day in 2021, Supercell released an update which broke the leveling system. Players that were, for example, level 11 after updating the game went up to level 14 and they were able to unlock champions. Some even had unbelievable amounts of coins and star points. This was known as the migration bug, which became pretty popular in the community because everyone got it. Supercell was fast to patch this, and they did so by reverting everyone back to their levels and removing the extra progress. But here's the interesting part. The players got to keep the champions they unlocked, but they wouldn't be able to play them until they reached level 14. I guess that's for the best. I mean, just imagine a mid-ladder player trying to play the game and every player they're up against uses a champion against them. It would be incredibly sad and unnerving. The next 2 glitches are Mighty Miner related. Because he was a new powerful card with a completely unique ability, it was really prone to glitches, and there most certainly were a bunch. One of the glitches that existed in 2023 was quite sad, to be honest, if you were playing with the Mighty Miner, because sometimes when his ability was used, he would just stay in one location in the hole, digging, and digging. What's even more hilarious is that the game still registered it on the map, so that Mighty Miner was never coming back in your card cycle. Ever. Apparently this was a pretty known glitch in the community called dead center ability activation. If you managed to find the exact center pixel of the map and use the ability, you would break the troop's pathfinding and he would stay in that place forever until the match ended. And I kinda want to know what he was digging for, not gonna lie. The next Mighty Miner glitch might be a bit childish, so please forgive me. Sometimes Mighty Miner abilities particles would just glitch and it would never stop. The particles would just follow him wherever he went, making it look like he had a pretty bad case of some Taco Bell. Anyway, moving on. Have you ever wanted to play Clash Royale with just one card in hand? If yes, then yeah, well, unfortunately missed out, because it was possible in a 2v2 match, and this glitch was very famous in the community. Of course, you were able to remove a card from a deck and have an empty slot, but the game wouldn't let you play a match before 8 cards were in your deck. In order to perform this glitch, you and your friend had to first go into party mode and play the first match and lose. After losing, you would click play again. The second player would get a message that you want to play again, all normal. But now this is where the glitch happens. You exit out of the match and you select your 1-card deck. Your friend will then accept the replay and you'd literally get matched up in an online 2v2 game with just one single card. You didn't have to cycle at all because that was the only card you had in your deck. You could have spammed it over and over and over, and I think this is pretty freaking hilarious for the entire team. Like, imagine just going on your day, playing the game, and the enemy just drops 10 miners on you in 5 seconds. Or like having 20 miners on your towers. Eventually, this was patched relatively quickly. If you like 1-card decks, how about a deck with 0 cards? This one worked pretty much the same as the previous one, I could be wrong, but essentially you'd have no cards in your hand. And it wasn't just you. You would also break your friend's deck. The game would start normally, but when the cards appeared on screen, they'd be glitched out and flashing. This small glitch didn't affect anyone else, only the player and their teammate who triggered it. The enemy team, of course, was happy with the free win. But seriously guys, you shouldn't glitch the game out like that, otherwise the game will do the same to you, and that is no joke. I don't know why, but the game sometimes would glitch out and wouldn't let you place anything in a match. You'd be able to drag your cards out, but they wouldn't spawn anything in the arena. No one knows what caused this, and it was most likely a random glitch that was just born out of nowhere. Maybe some intern deleted an essential line of code or something, but still, it's pretty fun getting trolled by the game. Sometimes it would just disobey you and would place the wrong card. Like in this one clip, my man just wanted to play some archers, but the game selected the rocket instead. Now that is a massive elixir loss. Coming in at number, well, whatever number we're on, I have another popular game-breaking glitch in Clash Royale, or should I say on Clash Royale, because the game wouldn't let you in at all. This happened back in 2022 when players got stuck on the login screen at exactly 50% with no progress. Restarting didn't help, uninstalling didn't help, and nothing worked. Not everyone was kicked out of the game though, but a lot of players experienced this issue, which I guess eventually fixed itself. So here's a question. Have you ever tried spectating yourself in a game? No? Well, me neither, but apparently this was possible to do. There used to be a glitch a few years back which allowed you to spectate yourself in a ladder match, and I swear to God, this has to be one of the funniest ones of all. Like, dude, imagine starting a match and you realize you aren't in the match, you're spectating it. What made this even funnier is that you couldn't drop cards. Instead, you could just cheer for yourself. Yay, go me! Technically, Clash Royale can be beaten by reaching 9,000 trophies in the ladder. That is the maximum you can ever achieve in the game. But on very rare occasions, you could get past that. No one knows how, but it was possible because this screenshot exists. This man managed to beat the top ladder for the second time and got 9,029 trophies in total. People who searched this name up in Royal API also saw the same results. It's not just some photoshopped image or anything, it was real, and no one knows how he did it. I found the exact same player on Royal API, and here is his trophy count. 9,000, as it should be. And it looks like it was fixed everywhere else. I can imagine how massive of a flex that dude would have on his friends. This glitch is for all the PC gamers out there. You know, keyboardists, rise up. We got the, you know, yeah, mechanical keyboard. For some reason, Clash Royale has a lot of glitches in 2023, and this visual glitch was probably pretty funny for the community who also plays Valve's games. Imagine booting up Clash Royale, but getting CS textures. When a player logged into the game, all they would see were purple textures. UI elements were missing, particles were gone, and everything was replaced with a strange purple texture. I'm not sure how this glitch was caused or how many players experienced it, but I did find at least 4 different posts about it. Surprisingly, it's still not even fully fixed, as some players are still encountering it in 2025. Maybe their game got corrupted somehow, but who knows. And while we're on visual glitches, Clash Royale had a lot, and I mean a lot, of funny visual glitches. Have you ever seen a wizard who couldn't decide which team to be on? You of course know that troops have 2 colors, their team colors, blue and red, to help you differentiate from each other. But this one wizard could not pick the team he wanted to be on, and decided to be both. This visual glitch made him the member of the red team for 1 second, and then the blue team, and then red team and blue team, and it would just cycle. I couldn't find the original poster clip of this happening, so I stole this clip from another video. Anyway, on to another one. If you had the same card in 2 of your decks, selected it, and switched between them very fast, the card image would keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it covered the whole screen. Apparently, this glitch has existed in the game since the very beginning, and it unfortunately looks like it was patched. Speaking of bigger card images, you probably have seen this one a lot with the evolved Mega Knight. 2 glitches appeared with him. One glitch is him actually having an evolution, because there's no goddamn way they made my nightmares into reality. But now, the actual glitch. You know when the evolved Mega Knight hits a troop with his uppercut, that troop is thrown up into the air, and its image is slightly stretched to make the effect look, more dramatic. Well, here's the funny part. What happens when 2 evolved Mega Knights hit the same troop at the same time? When both Mega Knights land their uppercuts on the same troop, the stretching effect is doubled, making the troop look ridiculously wide. This bug could only be triggered in 2v2 battles. Obviously, thank God there couldn't be 2 evolved Mega Knights on the field otherwise. The interaction between the Golden Knight and the evolved Mega Knight was a bit more serious than the previous glitch. When the Mega Knight's uppercut hit the Golden Knight, it interfered with his dash ability. Instead of dashing forward and stopping midair, as they probably intended, the Golden Knight would essentially dash in place, just floating in the air at the same spot. This created some awkward and buggy gameplay, as the Golden Knight's dash was supposed to move across the arena, not leave him stuck in midair. It was a pretty strange glitch and definitely more impactful than the comedic wide royal giant bug, but hey, it was still hilarious to witness. But let me tell you, Clash Royale has gone through some wild changes over the years, from cannon costing 6 elixir to Expo targeting air troops. Yeah, it was crazy. But that is why this next video is a must watch. You seriously don't want to miss it. I'll see you there.